What if you didn't need to create content, run ads, or even rely on referrals to get coaching clients? In this clip with my colleague Carolyn Freyer-Jones, she describes how to invite potential clients directly into a coaching conversation. She shares the 3 things that make a good invite, and she even gives a word for word example of how to make this type of invitation.
Tell me, how do you think about invitations? How is it done well? What do you see when it's done poorly?
Yeah. When it's done poorly, it's entirely about the coach, right? The coach is like, I do this and I've worked with this person and right? And I just, so in my school, we have a private coaching page where coaches are putting up drafts and communications all day long. And I look at them all day long. And I just looked at one and I was like, oh, no, no, no. Don't. Not no, too much like Steve Chandler when he was coaching Michelle and I, we would send him emails. We'd be like, I'm going to write to Greg. Here's my email. And Steve would write back and he'd say, all he would write, who is this about? And we'd be like, oh no. Oh no. And we would love it, right? Because we were like, oh, he nailed us, right? So it's like some of it is learning how do I write where I am centering you, Greg, in the communication in a way that feels really good. It feels really real, like not like an AI robot, like where my voice is genuine and that you feel like, wow, I just got this email from Carolyn. I can't believe she remembered that when we talked about it. And her email is so generous and real and like it's such a beautiful invitation that no matter what, even if you were like, it's not the right time for me, that you'd be like, I so appreciated this. I think we're so ingrained to attempt to sell. I think we are. Like
Yeah.
we're so oriented to be like, I have to tell Greg like the way like, about my coaching. And no, you don't. You don't have to tell Greg about your coaching at all.
Yeah.
At all. In fact, it's kind of not going to go well if you keep talking about it.
I sent out a newsletter this morning, and one quote I love that was in it, I think from Alan Cohen, is less explanation is more convincing than more explanation.
100%. And I think, look, I never thought this when I started, but I had no idea how much coaching, the profession of coaching, it really requires us to be good communicators.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I don't know that that's really talked about in an open way that like, oh, I'm going to have to like not just talk to people, I'm going to have to email them and I'm going to have to text them. I'm going to have interactions with them. And I cannot tell you how much there's like a combo. There's either wild tentativeness or there's wild, like overconfident, ego centered. It's the whole gamut. And it's just because we don't know and we don't know how we appear.
What else comes to mind for you that separates a good invitation?
A good invitation has really thoughtful acknowledgement to the recipient. So what I mean by that is that like if I'm going to write to you, Greg, I'm going to be like, Greg, first of all, I can't believe like who like posts about other coaches' work. Like I can't believe you did that. Like that is really that's remarkable and I still kind of can't get over it. And because you did that, I want to give you something, right? I want to give you time, right? So I'm going to look for something like why am I writing to this person? I want them to know I'm writing to them because they stand out to me in some way, right? And I want to be specific. Acknowledgement is specific. It's not like you're so great, right? I mean, and that's learning, right? Like coaches do this all the time, right? They're like, and I'm like, yeah, but can we be more specific? Like, they're great. Why? Like, what makes that person worth your invitation? Now, this is work, right? Now, so for people who, are like, I want to scale up, writing really personal, intimate, well done invitations takes practice, right? It's like you don't learn to do those. Like if I could do it now, like I could do 20 in a day if I had to. But in the beginning, I mean, people are like, this is taking me like 45 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, new skill set.
New skill set.
Okay, so focusing on them, specific acknowledgement. Anything else that comes to mind for
Yes.
invitations?
Yeah. It's like if I'm going to offer you time, if my invitation is to have some time with me, I want there to be permission to say no. And it has to be specific. So it's like, I want you to be like, oh my God, she said yes or no. Like, that's so cool. Nobody does that. Nobody gives permission to say no. And I can't tell you how many coaches, their stuff I receive. And I'm like, this feels like I'm going to be held hostage and I don't have freedom to say no. It's like one of the greatest things we can do in this profession is say, might not be for you. And that's totally okay. Saying no is just fine because we're putting the elephant right out front. You can say no to me. I don't need you.
Is that something that typically would go towards the end of an invite, saying if this doesn't resonate with you or doesn't make sense, feel free to say no? Is that what
Yeah.
you're doing? Okay.
Yeah, I'd be like, Greg, totally fine with me to say no. Either way, doesn't matter. Let me know. And I wanted to make sure you knew how I felt about you.
Hmm. I like that. I like that ending. Do you find that there's certain channels, text, in person, call, email, that tend to be more effective for a direct invite?
I used to be kind of people used to make jokes about me because I was really I've had a lot of strong thinking about professional self, social self. And like, for a long time, I was like, do not text. Like, why are you texting? Because text is first of all, it's so immediate, right? Like we get a text and our lizard amygdala is like, must answer, right? And I'm like, texting is for my husband and my daughter, not for like a potential client. And I don't see it that way anymore. So I get it, right? Things have changed. So to me, it really is dependent on you as the coach. Are you someone who feels more at ease picking up a phone and calling you? Because I might get you live. Can you handle that? Right? Or am I someone who likes email? Or I know people who invite people by video.
Sure.
So they will make a video, and then they will send it to someone.
Yeah. So you think it comes down to what puts the coach at ease, the person sending the invite?
Yep. What they're natural at, what they want, and what they want to work on, right? Like, so if you're like, I'm never going to write a good one, that may or may not be true. But if you can create a great invite via video and it's easier for you, great.
Could you give me an example, whether it's inviting me, someone else? How exactly do you structure
Yeah.
that? 'Cause I'm curious how long it is, how short it is, how you start
Yeah.
it, all of that.
This is what it looks like. So I'd be like, do you want it in writing or video? How would you want it, Greg?
Let's do it, pretend that it's more of a video.
Okay. So I would be like, Greg, we haven't talked in a while, but do you remember like last year you like wrote to me and shared with me that you wrote about my work in your emails and stuff. Like that was crazy and I still can't get over it. Like I want you to know that. Like I don't think anyone's ever done that in quite the way you did and I can't get it out of my mind. So I want to say something to you. I don't do this a lot anymore, right? My practice is not I don't really, I just don't invite very many people anymore. And I want to invite you into a long conversation because I think you're amazing and it's a gift. It's no strings. Like, I just want to give that to you. And it's totally fine to, if you don't want to do it right now, there's no expiration date. I don't care if you write to me 5 years from now and you're like, hey, remember you said you invited me to a conversation? I want to use it now. Great. I'm totally good with that. Or you may never want to use it. And I wanted to gift you time because you were so generous and open about my work.
Amazing. Perfect. I love it. I love it. I mean, now I can really see as I hear that the acknowledgement is so key because it also provides a why. In other words, a why you're reaching out. Because I think someone could naturally say, when they think about this invitation strategy, they could think, well, aren't I conveying that I'm somehow needy or that I have extra space just by making this invitation? Would a fully booked coach make the invitation? By giving a specific acknowledgement, and hopefully it's genuine, people are actually sending invitations for an inspired place. You kind of answer that question for the person. There's this remarkable thing that you did, and that triggered my invite.
It's really important, right? Because like it takes practice to have it feel real, right? Like I mean this is part of the big work, right? I'm like this feels salesy, right? Like a lot of times I'll read them and I'll be like, there's get in here. And sometimes it's not in the words, it's literally in the energy. I'll be like, this feels like you want something. And then the coach will be like, but I do. You
Sure.
want something. And I'm like, of course you do. And we need to talk about that. Right.
Yeah. Pretend you
So,
don't want something for a second.
right,
And then you
right,
think,
right. As Steve Chandler says, I may need money and I don't need your money.
I like that.
I like it. I think invitations are fun, right? I'm like, wow, who gets to do that? What profession gets to like look out in the world and go, oh, remember that professor I had in college who was amazing? Like, who gets to pick people and say, I want to just gift you time?
Hmm. What are you tracking with coaches or encouraging that people track around their business? Are you tracking these invitations?
Yep.
What are the how many things are you tracking and what are you tracking specifically?
Invitations, connections, proposals, conversations.
What's connections?
I mean, connection could be, maybe I went to college with you and we haven't talked in 5 years. And I'm not going to invite you because that's a little rushed, right? But I'm going to write to you and I'm going to be like, Greg, we haven't talked in like 5 years. And, we were in the same fraternity together. And what's up? How you doing? That's a connect.
Got it. Got it. Okay. It's so interesting. I'm glad we're having this conversation. It's exciting me because like I said, I read The Prosperous Coach really early on in my journey. It was a little bit of a pattern interrupt from the online marketing stuff I was learning. And it really helped me say, stop working on your website, stop doing all this avoidance stuff, go talk to people who are going to become clients, just be more direct in your business. That led to a bunch of clients, longer term clients. And then for me, I felt like there wasn't as much leverage for my time with saying, I'm just going to go to the grocery store and invite random people, which is not what you're saying. But sometimes coaches get that idea when they read the Prosperous
Totally.
Coach. And I was like, it feels tiring. Well, I'm having a lot of long conversations. And I started to lean more onto creating content and marketing that felt like for me, I was getting more out of my time. It's interesting because I've come a little bit full circle now, like a decade into the business, and there really is a power to, in a way, this stuff is so much more high leverage because what you get out of these individual invitations, you might have to send a few to get a call. But compared to having to reach thousands of people through your YouTube video or your content, maybe have one pay attention, I feel like the direct outreach, the referrals, never going out of style. There's such a great strategy to at least add in to what people are doing.
Oh, yeah, to at least add it in and it can feel more empowered, right? Because I have agency. It's like I
Mm,
don't have to wait until someone sees my video or likes my email that I sent
yeah.
out today, right? It's like I have agency. I have people that I have been connected to that I can take action and have something happen in the span of a day.
If you liked that clip, you'll love my full interview with Carolyn. We talk about how to spot red flag clients, how to overcome imposter syndrome, and a whole bunch more. So click here to watch that full interview with Carolyn Freyer-Jones.